What's up, friends and family of YouTube? It's Pastor Bob. Somebody asked me if I would explain some of my coins in my collection. It'll take me forever to do it, but I figured it would be a good time to explain one here and there as I get the time. I haven't been feeling too good today, but I think I can push myself through it. I posted another video earlier of the whole case. And it seems like the later it gets, the worse I feel, right? About to get no. Anyway, let's talk about this 2021 Old Privy Mark 100th anniversary. Now, this is a perfect grade coin, ms-70. Now, I had purchased I think it was about 4 or 5 of them. And I wanted to make sure that I was going to get an ms-70. And what happened? Well, I got 3 ms-70s and 2 69s. So I pretty much just sold the other ones, and it pretty much paid for the rest of my collection of the Morgan silver dollars that I needed to have graded. Now, here's the thing. I want to explain a little bit about coin grading, why you want to have it encased, and the difference in different grading companies from my experience of many years of having coins graded. Now, do you have to have it graded? No. Should you encase it? Yes, and you can do that yourself. You want to protect your coin. Why? Because it brings more value if you ever had to sell it. I mean, the higher the grade, the more it's worth, right? There's a lot of things, just like there is to gemstones, right? The color, how well the fields look, all the devices. I mean, there's a lot more to a coin. I'm not just talking about a Morgan. I'm talking about any coin. You know, there's a lot of things that they look at. The color. It could have a variety on it. So it could have die clash. It could have a double die obverse or reverse. I mean, there are so many, designations to so many different coins. And people who are actually hunting, those coins down to collect them, they'll pay whatever the value is to get those in their collection. So, whenever you're collecting coins, there's different collectors. Like, I'm very diversified. I don't just collect, the highest grades, although this is the highest mint state grade that you can get. And of course, if they make proofs, which they didn't in 2021 for the Morgan silver dollars, then the proofs, they generally bring more money. Not always, but a lot of the time they do. So, if you ask me why I went to Annex to have my coins encased, it's not for a resale value. It's that these guys generally, they undergrade them, believe it or not. You can go to some of my friends' channels and they'll tell you about it. Often the case, they'll undergrade it. Sometimes, they're pretty much right on par with everybody else. NGC, PCGS, ICG, whatever. But they're the oldest grading company. They're the very first. And so their prices are really good for the way that I want them, graded and encapsulated. And if I don't think the grade is good, look, if I wanted to sell the coin, I could always send them to NGC. I mean, I'm an ANA member. I can go right to NGC. I'm a member of NGC. Or if I really needed to, I could go to PCGS if that was the case. If I was trading it and a friend said, well, you have to send it to this person and then have it graded. And if it grades right, then, I'll buy the coin for whatever, the price is. that's a whole different case. But, my years of, trading up and grading up, which is a part of the, collectors, they do that, you know, they trade up, grade up, right? Um, I'm not really into that. I like to, show people how I collect, give them as much knowledge as I've learned over these years. And how many years I've been collecting? Let's see. Almost 50 years. So, I'm always learning. I'm still learning about these coins. So, that's why I use Annex. Their prices are cheap. I don't think I've ever had a coin tone inside of one of their cases. Now, can that happen? Absolutely, it can. Don't let anybody tell you that it can't. A coin can tone inside an encapsulated slab. So don't think that it can't, guys, because it can. And you can ask other coin dealers and other collectors and even graders if you want. If you have the chance and you're at a coin show and you see NGC or PCGS or even ANAC there, ask them. They'll tell you. So, and the biggest thing is that coin grading is very subjective. So don't get pissed if you send it off to one person and, they might give you a grade of an ms-62. But you sent it to somebody else, they might say, oh, well, I really like the color. And they might give it a 63. I mean, it's very, very subjective. And it really has a lot to do with the people that are grading it. So for me, because, I'm not selling my coins. And it would be a very rare case if I ever had to. I just go with the cheapest people. Now for people who want to be Mr. Fancy Pants and, put them in PCGS and have the highest grades and have the highest amount of money for their collection, in case that they want to sell it because that's what they're doing, then I understand that too, if you can afford to do that. Some Morgan coins or coins just in general can cost you hundreds of dollars to have graded, depending on their value. So you got to also take that into consideration. With ANAC, it's up to $500, per coin when they have their sales. So, like right now, up until I think it's September 30th, Morgans, if you send them in, or just, silver dollars in general, any silver dollars, you can go to their website and check it out. It's 10 coins for $120, and each additional coin is $12. So, hey, you get it when you can get it cheap. $12 to slab a coin. Plus, I have a photo grade, so it'll be $15 a piece to slab it, because I like to have them photo grade. That way I can track them if anything ever happened. You know what I mean? So, and I do the same thing when I send my coins off to NGC. I've listed a few of them, but I haven't listed all of my ones graded from NGC. And you can also, on NGC's website, you can also list the ones that you have from PCGS there. So it's kind of a fun thing, and you can track them. They know that it was registered to you. It's a good thing. It's like a little safety thing in case anybody ever tried to steal your coins, I mean, that's another thing. So, when you're collecting, how you slab is how you slab. How you collect is how you collect. Just because one person says a coin ain't worth that, another person might say, well, that's a really rare color in a really rare, date. Because, the mintage of the coin really has a lot to play. Like these, there wasn't that many of them made. I think there was like 175,000, I think, or 195,000. I'm not sure right offhand. But somewhere around there of each of the, mint marks. So that's very low mintage for these. So, you got to take that into consideration. How many people there are, how many people that want to kind of put a collection of them together, So there's a lot to think about. And collect what you like. You know, some people, they buy the holder and not the coin, instead of buying the coin and not the holder. Uh, I say do what you can afford to do. Go on the adventure that you want to go on. You know, I'm just very fortunate, in my lifetime, I've got to see these as an ms-70. I thought I'd never see an ms-70. Quite frankly, I don't even think any of the Morgans prior to 2021, the old ones from 1921 back, because they never, well, I don't think they minted any of the 64s. I know they had the dies made. There's rumors that there was a couple made, but I don't think there was any made. Now, the dies wasn't destroyed. The dies are actually at the mint, but from 1964, but I don't think they produced any. But outside of that, no, I don't think there is. I think the highest grade is maybe a 69, but I don't think there's no ms-70s that I know of. If there is, leave a comment in the description so that I can see one, because I've never seen one. And I've seen a lot of Morgans. Tens of thousands of them I've seen. But here's the thing. Collect what attracts you to the coin. Whether it be a Morgan dollar or a Benji or, a bob or half or, a Lincoln penny, it doesn't matter. The basis of coin collecting is still the same. Don't clean your coins. Don't rub your coins. Don't play with them if you're going to collect them. And you want to maybe one day sell them to get a higher monetary value. You really don't want to play with them. You want to preserve them, and that's why you encapsulate them. And if your plans are to sell them, then, well, maybe you want to do one coin at a time and go to NGC or PCGS, or wait until they got a sale, or you save up enough money to do it in a bulk order, because there's special discounts if you hold a high membership. So there's lots of things to think about. You're the only one that's going to know how you want to collect your coins. And you're the only one who knows why you're going to collect them, right? Are you going to leave them to your grandchildren? Is it just a hobby that you want to pick up? Or is it for, investment? A lot of people invest in coins, Some people invest in coins and some people stack coins. And there's nothing wrong with that either. It's your journey. It's your pastime. You do it the way that you want to do it. Don't let other people influence you to do it any other way. But I will say that if you get a nice new coin like this, then you should preserve it if it's not already preserved. And sometimes, guys, to be honest with you, and I've seen this lately, not having them slabbed and just keeping them in the mint packaging from the U.S. Mint sometimes brings a higher value too. So you really got to stay on top of that and see where your values fall. I've learned a lot of this stuff from old timers, and people who actually grade coins, I met so many wonderful people over the years that taught me so much, And God, I forget so much, and I constantly am learning, So, use these websites like Coin World, ANAC, NGC, PCGS, ANA. Get yourself an ANA membership. Take some of the classes from ANA. Learn about coins, all the different types of coins. But the basis of them all, the standards of them all, and the grading of them all, there's some basics to all of it. How many scratches, how many dings, does it have the original luster? There's certain things that all the coins have for a standard, right? So keep that in mind. Morgans are very unique. They're probably one of the uniquest coins to collect. And there's plenty of information out there. You can go to like Coin World or ANA, and they got so much information on this stuff. I mean, I don't think I have enough life left in me to ever soak up as much knowledge as all of these great people, who've come before us have gathered for information. I mean, they know these coins. They can look at these coins and tell you, just about everything there is to tell you. So, take your time, enjoy the hobby, get out there, meet people, go to coin shows, soak up some information, and you'll see the old cats. They're kind of laid back. They're always happy to help you. They'll do whatever they can, providing they have the time, and enjoy it. It's a great hobby. It's a great pastime. And, it's become a part of my life. And I'm just happy that I've had people who introduced me to coin collecting when I was very young, when I was 5 years old. I got my first Morgan silver dollar, 1878, which my son has. I gave it to my son. I had a couple of them, but I gave him the one, my original. So, it's stuff that you can pass on, heirlooms you can pass on to your children, your grandchildren. It's just wonderful fun. And you meet such great people. And of course, you meet some people that, they can be arrogant and ignorant. No matter where you go, you're going to always find them. But hey, got to take the good with the bad, right? Anyways, I hope this was informative. Hope you enjoyed this 16-minute long video. This is Pastor Bob. I wish you happy hunting and good collecting. Take care. Pastor Bob's out of here. We'll see you.